Don't think that I don't see you there. You know, I have a nightlight. You think you can scare me? Is that what this is about? It's way too early to be scaring people in the morning. You know, the one thing that I dislike about winter is it's dark out when I come to work. Usually, you know, it makes me feel like I'm coming to work at like midnight, and I don't love that. And then when I leave work, it's also dark. If I didn't have windows, I'd think it was just dark all winter. So, in fact, I used to work for a print shop, a bindery print shop, you know. No windows in the bindery print shop. Just big clashing machines doing publishing work. And yeah, I'd roll in there in the morning. It was in Chicago. And then I'd roll out at night and I'd be like, or afternoon, you know, dark all the time. Despite your attempts to frighten me, I'm glad you're here. We're going to probably be working on, well, maybe not working on a new project. We're going to be taking a gander at a new project today that came in the shop right before the weekend. And so, you know, you got to see what's wrong, and then you got to, you know, work something up, and then the customer has to make a decision, and then we either order the parts or we don't. And if we order the parts, we got to wait for the parts. Then the parts come, and then we make sure we have the parts we need, and then we start taking it apart. So that's just in a nutshell, off the top of my head while it's still dark out. Yeah, imagine what I'm like in the middle of the day. I guess you don't have to, because you've seen me in the middle of the day, and it's not pretty. Okay, well, let's drink some coffee. You know, we show up early, so we don't have to dive right into it necessarily. We can kind of ease into it, you know. I like to talk about landing the plane, taking off in the plane. You don't just like fly immediately, you taxi, you know, you go down the runway, you pick up speed, and then you take off into the sky. Thank you, Mr. Heater. Appreciate you interrupting my monologue. I guess it's time to, I'm really glad you're here. And yeah, as soon as I finish this, we'll go check out that new project. Cheers. C3, the third generation of the Corvette sports car. It was produced from 67 to 82 for the 68 to 82 model years. In 1978, that was the first year of the glass hatch. And also, 1978 was the Corvette's 25th anniversary, and all 78s featured silver anniversary nose and fuel door emblems. Road and Track took a 1978 L82 to 60 mile an hour in just 6.6 seconds, 125 mile an hour flat out, and covered the quarter mile in 15.3 seconds at 95 miles an hour. The base L48 engine generated 185 horsepower The L82 equipped cars boosted that output to 220 horsepower. Fuel tank capacity was increased from 17 gallons to 24 gallons on all cars. Again, Wikipedia. Who knew? I have a particular affinity for Corvettes. I don't know why. I have a particular affinity for Mustangs and a particular affinity for hamburgers. I don't know why. Anyway, we need to look under the hood of this thing, even though for this purpose, the engine and drivetrain have nothing to do with why this car is here. Because everyone wants to see an engine on a Corvette. Get this. There you go. Okay. Looks like we've got a 350, you know. This also was the first year they did away with all of the metal coverings that, you know, polished coverings and everything that went over the distributor. This one's been converted to HEI, it looks like. All of the vacuum hoses on my 69, I went through the whole car with a vacuum hose kit and redid the whole thing. Worthy of note, I also disassembled all of the front and rear suspension and rebuilt it with new bushings and new rear spring and all of those things. So it's fun to look under the hood. I mean, it's got the fan shroud still in place. Yeah, just they didn't really change much over the years, except give them, you know, fewer and fewer HPs, which makes 0 sense to me. But, you know, that was back in the gas crunch days, where they were, you know, they were crunching gas. Gas was crunchy. Maybe it was hard to burn, and so you know, cars didn't burn it as well. That's what I think it means. Maybe I should ask Wikipedia what gas crunch is. Anyway, we'll just edit that part out. Pretend I didn't ask. All right, well, that's an engine. Oh, and it has a shiny part on it. So that's good for about 20 HPs. The reason this car is here is the owner complained of it feeling a little loosey-goosey, a little squirrely-whirly, you know, a little not tight. When he bought the car, suspension drove and felt tight. He was very happy with it, and over the recent period of time, it's gotten less and less so. So, our job is to find out why. And to do that, we are going to enlist the help of the lift. Yeah, so we can look under it and examine things with a keen eye. Yeah, I do. I don't know why. My best friend said I like Corvettes when, as a, you know, I don't know, a kid or a young man, they didn't like super excite me, though they were a cool car, so I did like them. But he said I like them more now because I'm old, and old men drive Corvettes. I think he just thinks he's funny, and he's also older than I am, so. And he also likes Corvettes. Okay, well, let's dive into this. So again, what we have is a Corvette. Okay, I guess we knew that. If we look on the inside, the silver exterior is complemented by a black interior, which I do like that. You can see here, 4-speed transmission. Speedometer that runs to 140 mile an hour. It has a tach. It has gauges. It has a radio. And it's as cramped inside as I remember them. And my memory isn't really, it doesn't really have to be that long because it's only been a couple years since I sold the 68. So the cabin, the interior, it's exactly the same as far as dimension-wise. So even down to these door handles, I remember as a kid, so this car came out in what? Well, 78, obviously, or early 77. Well, I was, let's say, I don't know, not very old at the time. So born in 73, I remember walking down the street with my parents along the sidewalk, and we might walk alongside one of these, and I would stop and look at it and be like, whoa, that's a fast car. Well, in the day, it was a fast car. By today's standards, well, you know, go down to the dealership and get yourself a Toyota Camry, and you'll be faster. So, the 4-cylinder model, not the 6-cylinder. Okay, but, I mean, let's just look at it. Let's just feast our eyes on this thing for a minute. You know, you've got, of course, the glass hatch, which is, you know, a first for, or this is the first year that it came out. You know, you've still got the door handles, the swooping fenders. You look out over the hood and you've got these massive fender arches, which are the same as they were in 68 and 69. Oh, even where the lights pop up, the same. The nose, different. Same glass. Same removable roof in T-top formation. Yeah, same suspension. Same. So, I mean, I don't know. I never get really tired of looking at them. That little boy comes out in me again, and even though I'm over 6 feet and it is a little bit cramped for me to get inside of one of these things, oh, I'll do it. I'll do it, and I won't complain about it. So, yeah. I think we'll start the process here just by putting it up on the lift and taking a peek underneath and just poking around with a flashlight and seeing what we can see. Well, just kind of want to feast my eyes looking at the frame rails just because I am always curious how good a car is. Actually, I don't mind this car. No, it looks pretty solid. Pretty solid. It's got power steering. You can see that because it's power steering. Take a look at these bushings. Ooh. So when I look at these bushings, I say, what bushings? That's pretty much what I say. Also, for the shocks, yeah, you look in there, nope. That's a no bushing situation. You can see it squished out a little bit there. Squished out. I mean, you can just tell by the way that it looks. See dry rot in those bushings, definitely. So, let's look in the back. What do we got in the back? What are we looking at? Looks like the same style of a situation in the back. You can see that. Definitely the same style of situation. The spring doesn't look bad. I wouldn't do anything with that, but you can just kind of, you know, poke your eyes in on this and see that there's, you know, it's got some years on it, that's all. That is all, just some years. Yeah, nothing to be ashamed of, just got some years on it. I have seen worse, but I've seen better too, you know, like new is better, and I've seen new before. Okay, let's take a peek at this. I'm just curious. Huh. No, I just kind of want to see if there's any play in these U-joints. I'm seeing this one may have a little bit of an issue, but all right. Look at the rear end bushing. Actually doesn't look bad. I'd say acceptable. Yeah, okay. All right, well, whether or not that's his, the feeling he's getting, it's definitely due for a replacement. I just kind of want to peek under here. Now this is different. So from 69 to, you know, 78, they changed the front clip. This did not look like this on the 69. So it looks like they changed a little bit up on the front of the frame, or the frame kind of ends here. So really what they changed is what bolted onto the front of it for the core support and all of that kind of good stuff. I don't know what's going on there. That's interesting. Okay, well, it's all the vacuum paraphernalia for the lights. You can actually buy electrically actuated kits for these things now. You probably knew that. Looks like we got a little bit of a oil leak here. I think it's oil. Just in the front. But you know, it's probably got a few miles on it. Just because you got an oil leak doesn't mean you need to really do anything about it. It's been sitting here. Well, now look at that. See, I've been tracking it with my boots, walking in it without realizing it, but it's been sitting here for the weekend, and that's the drip. So it's really not something I'd be overly concerned about if you weren't really wanting to spend money on it or time. There's the maybe that's a 21. I'd have to look, but let's see if there's a, well, you know, everyone says, I've got a rock crusher. It's a rock crusher. It's close ratio. Rock crusher. You know, I don't know why everyone's all worked up about rock crushing or transmissions that can crush rocks, but not all 4-speeds are rock crushers. Some of them are just muncies, you know, M20, M21, close ratio, not close ratio, you know, technical nerdy mumbo jumbo for transmission people. You wouldn't understand. It's anyway, but you know, they're all pretty tough. They're all pretty stout transmissions, and pretty basic, straightforward 4-speed slamming gears. So nothing, nothing too crazy. I'm just I'm always captivated to look under a car. I don't know why, you know, I just am. I was looking to, it's had exhaust work, clearly, and welded on. I was wondering if they had put in a crossover somewhere. These, I don't know if you've ever seen a C3 or anything, but they've got these cutouts in this, you know, well, it's the support for the back end of the transmission, but it's a cross member in the frame, and they got the cutouts for the exhaust. That's where the exhaust goes through. So you're kind of limited where your exhaust is going to go unless you have the side pipes, which this one doesn't have. If it did, it would be aftermarket, because I believe only 68 and 69 offered them from the factory, or one or the other. And then you could just install it yourself if you wanted it for any other year. So, but the factory only offered it for a short while, that you could order it as an option. So, all right, well, I am going to get online and do some research. You go just, you know, wander around the shop, kick some tires, whatever you need to do. You know, well, I do that because I don't want you looking over my shoulder. Nobody wants to be sitting at their computer with someone looking over their shoulder. What you doing? What you looking at? I ain't got time for that. So you just enjoy yourself, entertain yourself, and I'll be right back. There you are. Yeah, I got the estimate written up and sent off, emailed off. So we'll see what the answer is, if any, all, or none of the work is going to get done right now. Unfortunately, it's this is childproof. Unfortunately, I can't help me understand. I can't. I just need to get a knife. Okay? If I was a real man, I would have a knife on me. But I'm a pretend man, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab a knife. Let's see. Well, a scissors, because not real men, fake men, use scissors. So there you go. But I don't want to ruin the sticker. Anyway, I got interrupted saying, unfortunately, to do a complete suspension bushing job, well, front and rear, or just front or just rear, it's pretty labor intensive. So that makes it expensive. And well, you know, we're getting close to Christmas time. Maybe finances are tight. Maybe priorities are the water heater just went out and I need to do that first. I get it. I get it. So it doesn't bother me at all if someone wants to just wait a bit on it. You know, it's not like you can't drive the car. It's just a little loosey-goosey because those rubber bushings are just squished out, and you know, it has squishy handling characteristics. So I know from experience on my 69, when I went front to back, everything. In fact, even new springs, front and rear, new shocks, new bushings, just rebuilt everything. That thing, when I was done, was a completely different animal. I mean, it wasn't even the same car. It was so tight and responsive, just incredible. So, you know, for its time and age. Anyway, you know, all of us love putting stickers on things. So we're gonna put a new sticker on this air cleaner for the Centurion. If you remember last week, we dressed up the motor, getting ready for the dyno. That's next week is when I take it. But in this package that looks like a ham bone, it's not. It's intake manifold, I believe. It's supposed to be. So as soon as I put the sticker on, let's open this up, compare it with the other one, make sure we didn't get sold a bill of goods, as they say 100 years ago. I don't know what it means. They did though. That's what's important. Okay, let's get this sticker going. How about that? Because we love stickers. Okay. So we're going to lay this exactly where the other one was. Because why not? That's where it was. It doesn't really matter. You can orient this air cleaner any old way. Okay. And we're going to go from the middle and we're going to go out. And we're going to go from the middle and we're going to go out. Oh, does not look pretty. Doesn't that look pretty? Ooh, there's a little bit of a goober there. Well, I guess it can't be helped. It's already, it's goobered. It's just, I don't know what that is. A little something got caught under the paint there, and now it's making my sticker not look as pretty as I wanted. But if you remember the old sticker, how bad it looked, you know, this looks pretty good. Yeah, just maybe not quite as good as I wanted it to look. Well. It still looks amazing. It's going to look great under the hood. New sticker, you know, something like that. And then we'll get our emission sticker for that. So let's open up this. Oh yeah, I got my replacement wire holders too. So maybe we'll slide those on. All right, let's open this up. I could go get a real man's knife, but as we've established, I'm not a real man, so we're just gonna use the scissors, somehow muddle our way through this opening process. I mean, look how awful scissors are. They're just ridiculous. Definitely not made to do this. Wow, that was really hard. Okay, this is wrapped up like a ham bone. What's going on? I feel like I'm starting to get hungry just unwrapping this thing. Ooh, need to crank up the grill. Get all this wax paper off, cardboard. Okay, more tape. Yep. Just too lazy to go get an actual knife, so. I mean, it's like 10 whole feet, well, 20 feet to walk if you count both ways, which I need to, because I have to walk both ways. All right. Now it reminds me of like you know, one of those things that holds flowers. Flower holder, vase, I don't know. Can I get this out? No, I can't. Let me unwrap it. Okay. Oh, there we go. Wow. Pretty sure this is like the best wrapping job I've ever seen in my life. Very impressive. The guy I bought it from off of eBay, he kind of shipped it late. He sent me a nice note to apologize and said he'd get it right off. I confess, I thought to myself, I hope I didn't get sold a bill of goods. Again, don't know what that means, but feel like I'm using it correctly. Oh, check this out. Look at this. It's like Christmas. All right, here's my Christmas ham. Look at that. It's actually in very good shape. Very good shape. Yeah, look at that. It's a little dampish. It's like it maybe got some moisture in it on its journey. Okay, so here's this one. Let me go get the other one. The old one. Hiya. Here you go. That's the old one. New and old one. New one, old one. Tell me what you think. They look the same to me. New one, old one. Let's flip it over. I'll show you the reason why I had to replace this one with this one. Okay, let's take a peek here. Yep. That's interesting. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5. See, this is a different casting, but it doesn't matter. It's the same. It's the same one. You can look at it just by looking at it. Yeah, poke your eyes up over in here. So if you look right here, you can see there's a crack. So we don't want a crack. And the general condition of this, you know, again, it experienced severe overheating. So this one here looks to be in much better shape. I mean, I'm looking at it. Uh-oh. Did you notice the difference before I did? Check this out. See that? See that? Not the same. Not the same. The same, but not. So the exhaust, whatever, flange that fits up against here and squeezes up, that provides the seal. On this, there is no such thing. So, back to the drawing board, as they say. I'm going to have to, I'm one of two things. I'm going to have to modify the exhaust on the driver's side of the car so that this one will work. And this is actually a nice manifold. Or I will have to go back and find one with the proper end on it and then sell this one on eBay. So there you go. different casting numbers because they're different, they're not the same. So, you know, I looked at the pictures, but you know, you can't notice everything all the time. So, and maybe I was in a small bit of a hurry, trying to get this coming. So I guess I'll explore my options and get back to you. My first option is get online to see if there is one available that is right. If so, order it and list this one. I can get my money back for it. Someone's gonna need it somewhere for something. I just hope they look at the end and verify. So let me jump online again. I don't need you looking over my shoulder for that. I will do that really quick. And then probably go ahead and install these on there while I have them. I just kind of hid the engine down there and yeah, going down the road. This is, you know, coming in the holiday season, so I'm just kind of fiddle farting around, you know, rat killing. Just doing little things here and there, and we'll pick up full speed ahead again after the new year, but you know, we may as well get something done. Okay, I've got another one on order. So we'll just have to relist the one I bought that has the wrong casting number on it. See, I don't want to confuse that. We put this on. Yeah, you know, we all make mistakes. We all make mistakes. What you gonna do? All right, so I gotta make this pretty. I like making wires pretty. I don't know about you, but it's fun. It's fun to make it look nice. I like it. So that is kind of what I'm doing. I'm gonna save these other ones for another project, but since these are new, I just feel like they should go on this engine here. And we always lay them out in order. You know what I mean by that? I mean, from bottom to top, from front to back. So you don't have them all crisscross applesauce. Give your dog a bone. This garbage out of the way. And, okay. What's that? Oh, yeah, I just made that saying up. It's not a real one. It's kind of a mixture of a couple of sayings that neither one are applicable here. So I just misapplied them, that's all. Oh. What? No, I didn't just do what I said not to do. Why would I do that? How do these work? There we go. Okay, you got to get the top one on the top and the bottom one on the bottom, unlike I just did. Watch what you're doing, Eric. Here you go. Okay, and we'll do this last one. These are just kind of where they go on the stud for the well, see, like this one, for instance, it just broke in half. It was half broken through already, which is why I was replacing it. So I just didn't want the customer to get the car and then, you know, 2 months later, the silly thing breaks and his wires are just flopping everywhere, you know? You gotta have support. You gotta have support. You don't want things just jiggling. You want them held up. So, okay. So plugs at the right proper places. As you can see, I've got my heater hose plugs in and clamps tightened down for that. So we are ready Freddy. We are ready Freddy for actually a week from today. We're gonna get that thing put on the dyno. Well, next is something I have been avoiding, and that is cleaning the engine bay. You know, the old engine, it was leaking fluids, it's got gunk caked on some things. And we don't want to put the new motor in without at least, you know, kind of freshening it up a little bit because it's easier to do it now and easier to ignore later. So, well, I'll show you what I'm talking about. You can see where the cables are attached to the bottom of the engine, but around the oil pan area. You know, we've got a little caked dirt, you know, a little caked oil stuff on the cross member there. And it's kind of that stuff. Just, you know, we're not gonna go crazy, but I gotta attach all that stuff back on. So let's just clean it up so I have, you know, something clean to work with. But I'm looking at my floor and it's a clean floor. So I need to go find some plastic and a little scraper and start scraping some of this gunk off of that cross member. Maybe a little, you know, brake clean, stuff like that. So it won't take me very long, but let's prep this. I know I'm a week and a half away from putting this motor in. Well, let's see, next week goes to the dyno, and then the week after that is probably when I'm going to do it. So since I've got time off and, you know, all of that kind of stuff going on. So we will see it go in a couple weeks and running and driving. So I did order, I don't know, maybe I told you, I can't remember. Tell me if I told you, but I did order another exhaust manifold, the correct one, you know, with the correct numbers on it. And this one is up on eBay for sale. It's actually in quite good shape. It's just not going to work for me. Okay. All right, I am going to get to it. Okay. This under here. You know, I was thinking about that saying, you know, oh, I'm gonna have to get down in there. You know, sold me a bill of goods. And I think the problem with my understanding is that the emphasis, or the emphasis, is on the wrong word. It's sold me a bill of goods. Yeah, this is what I think. I think you didn't get the goods. I think you just got the bill for the goods. So what you bought was the bill, not the goods. And, you know, you should have seen that coming. So you got sold a bill of goods, not the goods, the bill. Ah, has that ever happened to you? Have you ever bought a bill? I have. I've bought a bill before. Well, looks like we're gonna have a white Christmas after all. Very cool. Just, you know, the commute to work was a little challenging, but I managed to fight my way through it. My driveway's not plowed, but thankfully, you know, I've got a plow. I've got a four-wheeler. So, you know, it's still snowing though, so I'm probably not going to plow the driveway right away. I'll just let it finish snowing today. It is coming down. Just woke up to whatever we have and it's still coming down. So I thought the perfect thing to do today would be, let's get this little fella running. It's been about 1.5 years since I had it going. Pretty sure we've got flat tires everywhere. I don't know if there's gas in it. Definitely flat tires. There's dust, which is not a big deal. Dust usually isn't huge. We've got, so this worked, you know, before. I guess we could check the oil. I don't know. I'm assuming there's oil in it because there's none on the ground. What do we got? Oh yeah, super clean. Clean enough at least for this little exercise. Yeah, looks like that might have got a little hot at some point, but that may have been in its previous life. I don't really know for sure, or not. Or that may have been before the application of a zip tie. These things are something else. This has got 4,000 miles on it, which is pretty good for a little Honda Trail. It's seen better days, definitely seen better days. I believe the story on this, if I'm remembering right, so my best friend, his parents were missionaries to Sierra Leone. And they used to ride these things everywhere. And then when they'd get worn out, because I'm sure the roads were pretty terrible and the trails and everything, his dad would buy them up. So like stockpiled these things with parts and pieces and whatever. And then my best friend would ride them around at his house. So that's the story. This particular example has got I'm assuming China-made Life-in motor on it now. It is a 70. The other one is actually a 140. It's just, he just put a bigger motor on it. So yeah, and then I ended up with him because he's got 50 million motorcycles at home. Oh, you think I'm exaggerating? No, 50 million. We counted. It was 50 million. So it's 2 less now because I have 2 of them. But anyway, let's see if we can get this thing fired off on this beautiful snowy day. And I don't know, I might even ride it around. Yeah, we'll see. All right, well, let me get started, and we already checked the oil. I'm not even going to pull a plug. I am going to make sure it has gas in it, air up the tires, and then we'll just see if it fires off. All right, let's get her shoved back. Get these tires aired up first. And then you gotta see if I have any gas. I can't remember where the latch is on this thing. Well, there's the hinge, so the latch is back here somewhere. I don't remember how it goes. How does it go? Oh, there it is. Okay. Well, that's a mess of wires. So this has no battery in it. It runs without a battery. The battery, I'm assuming, runs lights, which it doesn't have. So, you know, it all works out. It's wonderful. Let's see. What the heck is going on here? I don't know. Let's see. Tire airing thing. Okay. There it is. Okay, it's a technical tire term, is the tire airing thing. Let's see if I spin this a little bit more. Get access. Ooh, there we go. Don't need them too hard. I'll sit on it. I'll do the sit on it test to see if I have enough air in them, you know. There's no need to, you know, worry about pressures. Okay. Okay. Let's do the sit on test. Oh yeah, that'll work. Oh, and as a side benefit, I dusted off the seat. Perfect. We'll just do the rest of it. Polish it up. Oh yeah. Clean bike runs better. Actually, that may not be true for bikes. Bikes may actually run better dirty. It's hard to, you know, called dirt bikes. They're not called, you know, soap bikes, clean water bikes. No, they're dirt bikes. They're not called snow bikes either, but you know, I'm not a 100% stickler, so there's dirt under that snow somewhere. Okay, gas. Let's, you can see the bundle of wires here. Professionally done. Here we go. Let's see if there's any gas in it. Ooh, there's just a tiny bit. Let's see what I have. I have 3 cans and probably nothing in any of them. I literally have nothing in any of them. Let's see, do I have any gas in anything else that I could siphon gas out of? Nope. Lawnmower, no gas because, you know, I try not to keep gas in it. Four-wheeler has gas, but I'm going to need that gas for other things. Okay, I've been stymied by not having gas in the Honda Trail. I guess I'll have to go get gas. Unless I have some, I bet I've got some in something that I can just siphon enough out to get some in this. Let me just work on that for a second and I'll be back. Okay, I got some out of Mr. F. Considering Mr. F is not going anywhere until this snow melts, we may as well not make his fuel sit in there unused. Put some in motorcycle. I think that's an excellent idea. Okay. There must be a lot of gas in Mr. F because I sucked 2.5 gallons out of him, and he was still going strong. So, all right. Let's push him over here and see if I can get fuel down to the carburetor at all. There's probably some in these lines, I'm guessing. And then try to remember. I think that's choked. Okay. All right. I think that's it. I think I'm gonna just see if I can make anything happen here. You know, let's not make this too complicated. All right. Well, it's in neutral. Okay. I think up is choke, but we'll try it. Okay. Let's see. Got fuel in the lines. I see a bubble right. I see a bubble right there. Okay. Let's see if I keep pumping here. What happens? Oops. Chain is really loose too. I should probably tighten that, but you know, let's get it running first. Let's see. Okay. There is fuel in here because I can see there's a bubble in the lines. Oh, I haven't run this in forever. I'm trying to remember. There's something I'm forgetting. What the heck is this? It's all pinched off. I don't know. Okay. Okay, let me take the air cleaner off. The air cleaner, i.e. ipso facto little conical unit on here. Let me just make sure that I'm getting, okay, oh yeah, that's choked. Ooh, I got fuel in there. Maybe it's just flooded. Possibly. Where's my rags? All right. Okay. Just make sure. I need to get, whoops, that's not the right one. All right, there we go, there we go. It's gravity fed, so it just runs out. Trying to get that big bubble out of there and see if I can free up the flow. Okay. Oh. So, just something that I need to point out. You may have noticed it. You may have been yelling at me, but I can't hear you. Keep yelling. And I don't respond well to yelling, honestly, but you know, you do you. Clearly, it's been a long time since I had these going. Because, you know, see that? It's a key. It goes in this little slot here. And then you turn it to where it says run. Oh, turning to run. Then you know, kick it over. So, I was just testing you. I just wanted to, you know, see if you knew the trivia of how to start this. It's a secret. Now the secret's out. So, let's just pretend that never happened. Just between you and me. Let's just keep it between you and me, and we'll laugh about it later. That'll be fun. Okay. Hey, let's see if it starts for the first time since we haven't been trying it at all. We're just going to try it here for the first time. Let's just make sure it's choked professionally. I mean, really? I don't know. Say what you want about these Life-In motors, but they were designed after the Honda motors, and you know, they just work. That is awesome. Okay, now it makes me want to get the green one going. Okay, are we going to have the same luck with the 140? This bike is definitely heavier due to the larger displacement. I did everything that I did on the 70, just checked things over. This has a little bit different carburetor. It's a pull-out choke. I think the key's on. That's just, I don't know, let's just give it a try. How about? Oops. This pedal is down really far. Oh, let's see. Oh, turn the key the other way. Try that one. Ooh, what do we got here? This is really stiff. Oh, there we go. It's freed up now. Try that again. Okay. Get the choke halfway in. Try that. Well, it's not quite as happy. Okay. I don't like where this pedal is, or the kickstart is. Kind of want to move it up a little bit, but let's just see if we can get this started first. I had fuel flow when I disconnected the hose. Whoops. Put the kickstand up. Okay, choke it again. Amazing. Just took a little bit of personal energy to make it happen. I can smell the dust burning off, you know, like when your heater comes on for the first time after the summer, that smell of dust burning. All right, what I don't love is the throttle cable, and now it's all coming back to me. I replaced the throttle cable, but it kind of had to be jerry-rigged into place because something was, I don't know. I don't even remember. I just remember messing with it. It's a teensy bit sticky. Not when I hold it that way. Well, that's probably fine. You know, if the throttle sticks wide open, you just stand up and let it go. So, okay. I'm gonna put my jacket on, and I'm probably gonna ride the one that is not as powerful first. See how it goes. You know, if I don't, kill myself, then I'll try to kill myself harder on this one, When at first you don't succeed, try to kill yourself again on a bigger motorcycle. I think that's how it goes. All right, cool. Okay. Get this thing rolled outside. I got to wear my tennis shoes because otherwise I can't shift as if I'm gonna need to shift.
don't think it got any moisture in this though. I don't really like how loose this is. That is not great. Not great. All right, let's try the, I don't know why it's not liking that. Let's try to start it again. Fine. Oh, I didn't like that. All right, let's roll this back in. See if the green monster likes it. Whoa, that touches with this one. Holy buckets. Oh. I'm out of breath so bad. Besides having no traction, the throttle kept sticking, so it was just like, they're just spinning. Oh man, what a hoot. I should have had these things out this summer. I really should have. I don't know why I didn't. Next summer, next spring, we'll get them out and ride them in the back. They're just something. I got to tighten the chain on that other one. And what else? I don't know. It might have breathed in a little moisture. I can't tell. It just started bogging right away after we went out in the snow. This one didn't, but it's got a little foam on it. So I'm just not sure. It might not have liked something, but I'm sure it's okay. I'll pull the plug on it and check it and do that. But now I'll just put them away again for the winter. I hope you have a wonderful Christmas this year. And even if you don't have snow for Christmas, wherever you are, maybe you have sand. You know, maybe you have green trees. I don't know. But wherever you are, I hope you're with family. I hope you're with friends. And if you're not, I appreciate you spending your time to hang out with me. You're always welcome in my shop. So I think we're gonna call it quits on this episode. And next week is not much is gonna go on, but we do have a trip to the engine dyno. So probably take you along on that, and anything else that, you know, I can't stay away from the shop that long. There's just too much to do and too much fun to be had. So anyway, Merry Christmas. See you next time.